Today on Paper Cuts, we're going to be making some ninja stars. So this is Paper Cuts, I'm Miss Liz, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make a modular origami model for some fun little throwing stars. Let's get started. You're going to need 2 pieces of paper for this one, and I'm going to show you a way to do it by cutting and a way with no cutting. So we're going to fold our piece of paper into a big hot dog. And if you want to use one piece of paper, then you're going to open it up and you're going to fold the edges into the middle of your paper on that crease you just made on one side, and then do it on the other side. Make good creases, and then you're going to fold that in half with the creases inside. But I found it works better if you cut your piece of paper in half, because you just need that long strip. And it got difficult for me to fold, so try doing it both ways and see which way you like better. But I'm just going to cut this down the middle, and then we're going to get started making 1/2 of our throwing star. Okay, so all we're going to do is I'm going to fold this and make a long strip. And that is it. Now we're going to move on to our piece of blue paper, which I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to fold it in half. Then I'm going to cut it. Sorry, I'm doing this off screen. I was not looking at the camera while I did it. Now I'm just going to cut it down that middle line that I created. I do have to admit, when you cut things, it's not always the most precise, so you may just want to leave it as is and not cut anything, because the origami paper is very precisely the size it is, and your cuts are not going to be that precise. But I'm going to fold it, not cut it, fold it in half again. Get that long strip. I want my color on the outside, which didn't matter with the white paper because it's white on both sides. Now, we want the 2 pieces we make to be opposite from each other. So in order to make sure I'm folding them opposite from each other, I'm going to go through these next steps with them both lined up so I can make sure I'm making the right folds. So I'm going to fold down the corners of these strips. I'm going to measure, make sure they're both the same size. I'm going to fold the corner down to the edge. So I'm just going to fold off a triangle. And you want your creases to be very tight and very precise, so I'm going to be using my scissors to flatten it out. Now I'm going to go to my other strip and I'm going to make the opposite fold. See, I folded the other one up. I'm going to fold this side of the white down. And on the opposite side of the blue strip, I'm going to fold my next triangle down. So I have one side that's folded up, and I have one side that is folded down. Now on the other side of the white, I have one side folded down. I'm going to fold this side up. Get that crease in really tight, because you don't want your pieces you end up with to look the same. You want them to be opposite. Now I'm going to fold my strip. I'm going to fold this into a big triangle. When you fold, you want it to look not like a straight piece of paper. You want to make sure you're making that triangle shape, because if you fold it the opposite way, you'll just get a long straight piece of folded paper. Now I'm going to complete the other fold. Again, making sure I'm making a triangle shape, and I'll show you what the completed shape looks like in just a moment. And again, I'm making sure I'm getting all my creases down as tight as I can with those scissors, and now I'm going to fold the white piece. See, if you just fold it the wrong way, you end up with a piece of paper that looks like that. That's not what you want. You want to make sure you're making a triangle with that end. See, that's not the right shape. So I need to fold it the other way, and that makes a triangle. So that's what we're looking for. I'm going to fold my other flap down. I have now created 2 very similar pieces. that we're going to link together after I flatten out all these creases. I always go on about how important good creases are, but for this it's really important. So I've got the one side that just has the straight line in the middle, and I have the other side that's basically two big triangles. I'm going to take the blue with the flat side and then the side of the white with the two big triangles and put them on top of each other. And there are these little pockets, and I'm going to fold the end triangle on the blue down, and I'm going to fold it down here so it's going to slide in a little better for me. So I'll put the white piece on top of the blue piece, and then I'm going to slide the triangle into the pocket. The blue triangle goes into the pocket of the white piece. And you'll be able to slide it around and reposition as you need to. Now I'm going to do the same with the other. I'm going to fold down that end blue triangle and slide it into the pocket of the white half of the star. So just slide it in and fold it down. Now you're going to flip it over. I'm going to do basically the same thing on this side. I'm going to reposition, and then I'm going to fold my white triangle and slip it into the pocket of the blue piece, just like that. It looks a little different because you've already folded on that side. This is the hard part. So, because there's not much space left there, so you're really going to have to work to slide that all the way in. Just take your time, wiggle it around, and when you don't cut the piece of paper in half, it's really thick and it's harder. But that is how you make a throwing star. You can make them in any size, any color you want. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this episode of Paper Cuts.